Hey, what's happening? What's up? What's good and what it do? Dr. Elegant Soul Food coming through with a dearly departed message. I don't know what to call this. It's been so much going on. I feel like I say that every time I come on, like it's been so much going on. But it literally has been so much going on. So I'm gonna be brief. I hope this message finds you well. I hope this message finds you sensational. I hope this message finds you saying less. I hope this message finds you abundantly blessed with love. And I mean that. So, God doesn't talk a lot. Anybody that's had experiences with divine, source, God, how and what's and never you wants to call the universal connection that we have to home. We're aliens here. So, whatever you call that, light, source, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever. One thing I know for sure, God doesn't talk a lot. Every time I get an encounter, every time I hear other people talk about encounters that they've had with God, Valley, it's not a lot of talk. They're not getting a 10 paragraph breakdown. I mean, I'm not going to say that people don't get deposits about something that they're supposed to create and do and bring to life. Not talking about that at all. I'm just talking about when you get a word, when you get a message, when you get an upload and a download, spiritual upload and download. It's very succinct. God doesn't talk a lot. And I found on my journey, the more I tap into God and source and regulate my central nervous system and do the things that I'm supposed to do according to my purpose and my calling for this time that I'm on, experiencing life in this me too. It don't be no long drawn out. It could be one word, a few words. So anybody that's ever in doubt about hearing the voice of God and the things hearing from the other side, your first sign is, was it a long drawn out? God doesn't talk a lot. And God doesn't throw the dice. I think Albert Einstein said that God doesn't throw dice. So it's not going to be a crapshoot about your experience and what's supposed to happen to you. It isn't by coincidence. When it comes to our dearly departed and dealing with the human side of grief, the one thing I need you to know, um, the card I got was value, and this means keep going. One thing I want you to know is to keep going when you're dealing with grief in regards to the transitioning of our loved ones. And the key thing is to remember the love. I always was. So I was who this energy is before I came here. And I always am who I am before this earth body, during this earth body, and after this earth body. We go on. So grieve not for the flesh, tap into the love. Ah, that's what our ancestors want us to know. We prove ourselves through love, and that's how we level up When we keep getting the tests before the lessons and then the lessons in disguise. Can't read my own writing. Service to self, service to other. That's the path to God. I don't know what that says. I'm not gonna worry about it. But to tap into more to listening than tapping into your feelings. Oh, and always go with your first mind. Oh my God. Always go with your first mind. I have been chopping this up for so long because my mom said it to me. So Alberta would say, always go with your first mind. 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 So she's 40 plus years older than me. And so if mommy is saying always go with your first mind, she's seen some things. She knows some things. She experienced some things. Mommy was a light worker as well. So, in the absence of her being in a physical, and I remember things that she's told me, that's one thing that I cannot emphasize enough. And I keep hearing other spiritual teachers talk about go with your first mind. Now, here's the setup with the human flesh, with the human mind, which you so smart and which you know so much. Going with your first mind does not mean you're not going to have an obstacle, but the obstacle course that you need to encounter going with your first mind is different than the obstacle course you're going to encounter going with your second or third mind. No matter what the experience, no matter what the cost, go with your first mind. I don't know about you. Tap in to the chat if you've had this experience and what happened with you where you didn't go with your first mind and then you would sit up and be like, man, I knew, man, my first, man, that was my first thought. I knew I should. And you just go into this whole thing. Your first thoughts are your spirit guides. Your first thoughts is your spiritual intuition, your spirit guides, God, Goddess, ancestors, and spirit guides taking you on the path and the journey that you need to go on. Never second guess it. Don't overthink it. And remember, God don't throw dice. God don't talk a lot. When you tap into, spend time listening, and always go with your first mind. No matter what happens, you're going the course that you're supposed to go. So I'm supposed to energy and let you up out of here and keep you going. So the first thing we got was Valley. That was to keep going. The number is 10 if that resonates with somebody. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Sensational. I love that. Okay, satisfaction. You let energy of love guide you to self approval so that others no longer define who you are. Well, that's your takeaway, your walk away. Since we're doing dearly departed messages, I'm going to have to pull out my other deck and give us some dearly departed energy. We want to hear from our ancestors, messages from heaven. This turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful experience with you guys already. Okay. I don't know how far we're going back with ancestors. Give us a message, ancestors. A message for us. For us that gonna keep on going, that we recognize that the love never ends. We just transform, that we always were. We are who we were before we came here. We are who we are while we're here having these experiences in this earth suit. And we will be the same after this earth suit has disintegrated and we are 100% spirit again. Yeah. Give us some messages from our dearly departed. There is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. And, you know, I think it's interesting that card came up because I've been telling people lately that I refuse to work under pressure. That I don't let time make me feel pressured at all. So I'm tapping into being in the essence of what I need to deliver in terms of how I show up and not being pressed by time. Now, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I work well under pressure. I refuse to work under pressure. Not that I can't work well under pressure, I just refuse to abuse my precious essence with slaving to time. There's no time in the spirit realm. Ooh, for somebody, the message is I had to leave that way. Oh my God. But I think everybody can relate to this that's lost somebody. Just saying, I had to leave that way. I had to leave that way. Man, that's heavy. Because we've lost our people in so many different ways. And I'm not dead. And there's a bird there. Because spirit never dies. Remember what I said at the top of this video. Who I was before I put on this earth suit, who I am while I'm wearing this earth suit, and who I am after the transition out of this earth suit is all the same. So they're not dead. Love lives. Love never dies. Know this when you think about your loved ones and you start to have attacks of grief. Focus on the love. Focus on the love and find satisfaction and let the energy of love grab you to guide you to define your moments. And what is this? Nope, not doing those. Got cards galore out here. All right, I'm gonna do this one last message from heaven. I'm gonna let y'all go. It's been so long since I did a daily departed. One more message from heaven. Our dearly departed. Spirit guides our thought. Go with our first mind. Don't overthink it. Whatever lesson and obstacle you go through using your first mind is the way that God, Goddess, Ancestor, Spirit guides is taking you to go. You prove yourself through love. You prove yourself through love. Ancestors. What's the message? Focus your mind on what you really want. We are helping. Focus your mind on what you really want. They're helping. Ashe. Again, I hope this message found you well. And till next time, be peace, be love, be love, be love, be love. Go with your first mind, be love.